Okay, I want to welcome you to the 2013 NCAA Division I Wrestling Championships press conference for the student athletes. Before we get started, I did want to make sure that you saw Lori Cannon, if you did not know already who she was. Lori, are you here?
I'm here.
Yes. If you have a question, she can answer it, or you can come to me. I'm Tom Crochelle, the Athletics Communications Director at Iowa State, and we're the host school. We want to welcome everybody. If you have a problem, we will do our very best to rectify it, and please do not hesitate to ask. In terms of this press conference, what we're going to do is we'll open it for questions. I will call on people. We do not have a handheld mic, so I would ask you to please speak up. It's a relatively small room, obviously, so we should be able to hear everybody, but we want to make sure that we do hear out your question. To my left, your right, respectively, I've got Kyle Dake of Cornell, Matt McDonough of Iowa, Dustin Kilgore of Kent State, Jordan Oliver of Oklahoma State, and Ed Ruth of Penn State. And we will open it for questions. If you want to ask a question, raise your hand, we'll call on you. Yes?
Okay, this is for everybody. It deals with this so-called main event format that we're using. Obviously, Kyle, you're the one, you and David are the ones who have really been throwing the spotlight here. But I'd really like to know what all of you think about saving one match, the big match, to the end. Should they continue to do this in the future? Go ahead.
First.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just kind of exciting for me at least. I don't know, being the last match is kind of like the main event. And, you know, it's just something cool that the NCAA is doing. I mean, it wouldn't matter if I was the last match or the first match. Honestly, I could care less. I just want to go out and wrestle.
Matt?
It's kind of along the same lines, although I guess I'm always used to being the first match, so I already kind of have to deal with that in the sense that you got to be ready right away. There's no kind of watching a few matches and getting you pumped up. You're the first one out there. Being the last one out there would be kind of along the same lines. You know, you're the last thing that everyone sees, so there's a exciting factor there, is that, you know, when everyone goes home, you're going to be the last thing on their mind, hopefully, you know, if you perform the way you're supposed to.
To me, it really doesn't matter. You know, it might. I think it kind of will help the sport a little bit, and maybe with the viewers, get more people to stick around to watch. I know as it comes down to the heavyweight matches, it tends to be that a lot of people leave the arena, and you know, maybe this will be something that we need to change the sport to get people to stick around and really see all the matches and focus. Because you know, of all the athletes here, everyone's worked just as hard as each other to get to the finals, and you know, it'd be really good to show a little respect for all the athletes competing.
Just like Dustin said, I think it's great for the sport. Obviously, if it happens, the Dake Taylor match is a really anticipated match, and the audience and all the viewers are going to stick around and stay tuned in to watch this match, but also watch all the other matches. But it's keeping the crowd into it and keeping everybody there. So obviously, it doesn't change how I have to go out and perform, or any of the other wrestlers. So like I said, I think it's great, keeping everybody there and everybody tuned in, and they're going to have a big crowd throughout the whole finals preview, and like I said, I just got to go out and do my part.
I like the format because, you know, I'm one of the heavier weights now, like third to last, so it's nice to be first at least once. First or second, it doesn't matter, as long as I'm like one of the earlier matches.
Next question. Bryce?
Bryce Miller from the Des Moines Register. I was going to ask Matt and Ed to maybe comment on home mat advantage or crowds, or does that play a factor? I know in Iowa City, Iowa won the dual meet, probably loud and more Iowa fans at this one. Does that play a factor in a tournament format like this, Matt and Ed?
I think it definitely it gets you excited when you got that, I don't know, that extra fan base, and you can hear them roaring in the stands. With that being said, though, it really makes no difference where you're wrestling or how many people are cheering for you. Once that whistle blows and the battle begins, you know, you're in the moment, and I don't think, you know, at least for the best wrestlers, it doesn't really necessarily affect the outcome of the match or how you're going to perform if you're worried about the things you're supposed to be worrying about, which is, you know, your offense, your wrestling. But it's obviously something that brings that extra excitement when even when you're at an away arena and there's a lot of people cheering against you, you know, that brings your adrenaline up too. But being in a home environment where there's, you know, a lot of fans behind you is always exciting.
Same thing that he said. You know, being at home, it just kind of helps my morale more. You know, you have family, friends, teachers, girlfriends, whatever, what have you. They're all watching you. You know, you got a lot of people supporting you. But all in all, what they all said and done, it comes down to the wrestler himself. You know, if you have a hostile fan base that's against you, you know, it kind of makes you want to go harder than, you know, even if you have your own fans around you watching you. So.
Next question, Craig.
Dustin, Kilgore. It's been 2 years since you've been in this tournament. You took an Olympic red shirt last year and have come back and had a really good season. I mean, how different is it this year being a returning champion from 2 years ago and wrestling this year?
Honestly, it really doesn't feel a whole lot different. You know, I'm back with my family at Kent State, and you know, I'm just doing the same things that I did last time to become a national champion. You know, it feels good to be back. I like folk style a lot more than freestyle. I wish the world would change, but that's not going to happen. And so, you know, it feels good. It wasn't really much of a change at all for me coming back in. You know, I was so ready to do it again. You know, I have a lot of anticipation for this tournament and becoming a champion again. You know, those are my goals, and I'm going to do anything I can to accomplish it. And you know, I've been working so hard with my coaches and my teammates in the room, and you know, I've been anxious, and it's finally here. It seems like the season went by pretty fast.
Luke Meredith.
For Kyle, obviously you've been working towards this for a long time, and I wonder if you could share with us what your mindset is, what you're kind of thinking about as you head to a weekend with so much historically potentially at stake for you.
I think the most important thing for me to recognize is that I gotta first get there before I can make history. So I gotta take it one match at a time, really. And if I just go out and do my job, then I'm gonna, you know, get to where I need to be. I've been working real hard this season, putting in the time, you know, both physically and mentally, and really pushing myself to the limits, and hopefully pushing myself over the edge to get that fourth national title.
Next question. Oh, yes, in the back.
It's for Jordan. You know, you bumped up 2 weights this year. You're having a dominant season. You know, it's kind of been noted maybe you struggled with weight a little bit in the past. You ever think, man, maybe I should have done this a year or two ago?
I've been thinking that all season. Just living a good life at 49, not having to worry about weight so much, and just getting out there and having fun. Worrying about more of how to get better in my wrestling and things I can do to improve and to reach my ultimate goals, instead of going into practice wondering, I'm about 5 over, 6 over, how much weight should I lose today, or what do I have to eat, or watching what I eat. So it's helped me a lot. It's helped me focus on my wrestling, and it's been showing, and like I said, it's been helping me improve on my wrestling. So I definitely think I should have bumped up after my freshman year, but the past is the past, and now going into this year, I got the same goals, get the national title. So.
Yes.
Questions for Kyle and Jordan. Both of you guys were over in London as training partners with the Olympic team. Can you guys talk about that experience and what you brought into this season after coming back from that experience?
Going over to London was awesome. You know, I had a really fun time. It was really sweet to see a bunch of, you know, the world's best, you know, go at it, and being able to see those people compete at such a high level, you know, kind of set the bar and set the standard for me. So I knew that in the future I was going to have to wrestle at that level. So why not start early and try to get there now?
Like Kyle said, it was a great experience getting over there and to just view all the top wrestlers in the whole world compete and at the highest level at the Olympic stage. And we were just sitting there, and even me and Kyle, after watching Burroughs wrestle and he win, me and Kyle were ready to strap it up and go back to the hotel and work out. We were so antsy to get back on the mat. But I just think it was a great experience just to view it, just because I think Kyle has the same goals as I do, and ultimately wants to win world and Olympic titles. And it was just a great experience and a good thing to get over there and work out with some of the world's best. And actually, me and Kyle were smack talking a little bit over there, and had some of the guys believing we were going to meet at a catch weight and wrestle. Knowing Kyle was going 65, me 49, we were talking about meeting at 57, but it never happened. I think Kyle backed out. I don't know.
One last question.
Matt, should you get to the semifinals and face Delgado again, what will you have to do different to get to the championship match?
You just got to go out there and wrestle your match. You know, the work's been done, and the technique's there, and the ability's there. You know, he's a tough competitor. We've wrestled now 5 or so times. You know, I've done what I needed to do to win that match in the past. In order to do that in the future, I have to be in the positions that I'm strongest at, and you know, and just go out there and let the fur fly. It's really just a matter of wrestling a smart match where, you know, you're having fun, but you're scoring a lot of points. And I think, you know, scoring points is always what you got to do to win, but scoring offensive points is going to make the difference.
Kyle, Matt, Dustin, Jordan, Ed, thank you very much. Coaches are going to be up here at the top of the hour. Thank you.